Never seen a lame man walk. Never heard a dumb man talk. Never seen a blind man see. I promise you a change his name. Never seen a cancer dead. Never seen all the poor get fed. Never seen a prisoner set free. I promise you a change his name. Never seen an orphan find a home. Never seen the weak find the strength. I promise you a change his name. Never seen the sick get healed. Never seen a mystery revealed. Never seen a death man raised. I promise you a change his name. Change his name. Lord, change his name. My Lord, change his name.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy, Bigger T, and I'm here with my man, Big C. He's hydrating, folks.
Hey, my
He's ready. He's hydrating. He's ready. What's going on, Big C? Clint Clark, how you doing, man?
Living the dream. We had a little hiccup last week.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, which is probably most of you, we thought my father had a heart attack last week. But it ended up being, they said it was pneumonia, had an infection in his lungs, which caused his AFib.
Oh.
Like spike up, and his blood pressure was up. He was in
bad stuff.
Bad stuff. His world of hurt. And so, but the man, my father, Thomas Clark, who we often talked about with, would you say affection on this show? I don't think we'd say.
Yeah, affection. Yeah.
Healthy respect, healthy disdain.
Yeah, healthy.
But it's healthy.
Yeah.
So anyway, he started having chest pains around 11 a.m.
Yeah, so go to the doctor right then. Go, you have chest pains.
You might give it 30, 45 minutes. They ain't stopping. Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And so my father,
Your dad.
self to the hospital at 8 p.m.
Wait, when did he start having the pain?
11 a.m.
He waited till 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Like if he would have went earlier in the day, of course, his cardiologist would have probably been there.
Yeah.
He would have been seeing his people from the beginning. He
Yeah.
was. If I could describe Tom Clark as a patient, it would be uncooperative.
Yeah.
Very good. I guess worked at a hospital for 37 years. He just thinks this is how it should go. But he's low on oxygen because Tom was not a treat to deal with.
Yeah.
Or is he hardly ever, unless you're his grandchild, which he'll spoil you rotten.
Yeah.
But it was, but he's okay.
He's back home now.
He's resting, not by his own will. He's still pretty weak.
Yeah.
Get out there and mow the lawn today. He'd probably get out there and mow the lawn today.
Yeah.
Wait, the man's a workaholic. So he likes to keep himself busy, but he was down for a week, and he's a little weak. He actually he did the first favor for me today.
He did.
First favor post hospital, Tom Clark.
What'd he do?
Came over and shot a chicken.
Shot a chicken.
Shot a chicken. Had a chicken that was out not doing very well. And it needed to get got, and I'm at work. And I said, just call Dad, see if he's got a gun. Because I didn't figure if I said, just take a meat cleaver out there and just lop his head right off.
You know what? You don't want a ringing neck. Like the old school days, they just take them and twist that thing off and
it's not doing it.
Watch them run around.
Because we've got,
I couldn't do that either. I couldn't do.
About a year ago, I bought 3 cows. Was that it? Was that about a year ago? I bought 3 cows. And I had some people go in with me, so we were going to raise them up. And so, and part of it was I was going to keep half the cow I'm keeping for myself. I'll have beef that'll last me a couple of weeks, don't you think?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can have
50 pounds. I mean, that's sitting for us.
that'll get you a couple dinners out of it.
So, so the idea, fresh beef, and I'm gonna keep a half of one of them.
Yeah.
And then I'd have one to sell. So my wife doesn't want to know which one we're eating. She just wants
Yeah.
bacon, and she doesn't.
Yeah, because with the pig, y'all knew his name, right? You knew.
The one we did the whole hog smoke. Yeah, I knew that. And he was, man, and I'd be honest, what still bothers me about that, I've raised several pigs now. I'm in the teens probably, as far as raising, and he was the sweetest thing. He's still the sweet. Cletus was, and I ate Cletus.
Yeah, with enough barbecue sauce, you can get over that.
So, but the cows,
the meat sweat, you can go do the meat sweats through the tears. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably tell her which one it is just to make her mad. But no, and see, I had to call Branscombe, because you got to think about it. Is I'm taking them things February 27th to the processor. Today's what, the 19th, so 8 days.
Yeah.
Days from now, and I'm like, man, Dad ain't out of the hospital. I can't back a trailer up.
Yeah.
I had to call Robert, like, hey, Robert, can you back a stock trailer up? He's like, yeah. I go, I may need to borrow you, buddy. May need to call in a favor.
That's right.
So Robert is like, yeah, I can come. He's out, so hopefully he'll feel up to it, because I can't back it up. I mean, I was trying to back it up, about hit his house. I don't even know how that happened. So he's,
by the end, maybe he'll want to get out of the house and just stay in the truck. And
I think he'll feel like driving over here.
He just stay in the truck and drive it around.
Drive it to Clinton.
You can do the rest of the work.
And still use the processor at Clinton. It's not the same guy.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, enough me talking me killing animals and Tom Clark shooting things. And
well, Clint, I had one of my first my job with the school is I'm kind of a full-time substitute. I just kind of wherever they need me, that's where I go.
Like call in the righty.
That's right. And I've been mostly doing elementary, so, and I help the kids with their work. Usually the teachers have like worksheets or stuff on, like their Chromebooks or stuff like that. They do some work, and they'll come to me and ask for help. And it's usually, I'm refreshing my multiplication tables and, stuff like that on some of them.
How up have you substituted? I mean,
that's what I'm about to get at. Okay. Cause I did 1 day of English for a teacher, and it was like junior high level. So like 8th grade. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's right. Well, the other day I got called to do this guy's math teacher for the senior high.
Oh, Lord.
And it's his class. All he's got one, like a regular math class, like me and you would have taken. Okay. And then the others were trig and calculus.
Yeah.
The other 4 classes, 2 trig and 2 calculus classes.
And by the way, to all my high school math teachers that said, you're just not going to have a calculator in your pocket, checkmate.
That's right.
Checkmate, player.
That's right. It's on the phone, baby. But
always
man,
on.
I am listen, Clint, I'm so thankful I did not have to help those kids at all. They didn't come to me with any questions, and I'm glad. Maybe they looked at me and said, he can't help me. You know how? So I ain't even going to ask him, because I looked at the worksheets they were doing. And I said, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like,
did you just go up there and be like, guys, listen, hey, Travis, you can call Mr. Johnson, call me Travis, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't do the maths.
That's right.
So if you got any questions, just keep them to yourself.
If you want to talk about Taylor Swift's boyfriend, I can do that.
Yeah.
But
how far up? I mean, obviously not high school, but how far up have you went, like 1st through 7th, kindergarten? I know you done kindergarten.
Well, I mean, my normal is 6th and below is normal. Okay. I haven't done kindergarten. I've done 1st grade. I haven't done
Wait.
kindergarten yet.
At what level did you realize I'm not about this school life no more? I mean, did you get like the fourth grade? Man, I'm gonna learn this in fourth grade. I don't even know what this is.
Well, actually, Clint, here's the deal.
Okay.
Now, I can handle all the math in the elementary. Okay.
Yeah.
I can handle all that. I can't handle it the way they're teaching them to do it now.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
They're not learning the multiplication tables like we did.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just spouting off multiplication tables. They can't do that. Okay. And so I can't figure out questions and show my work the way the teachers want them to show their work on some of the math, especially like the fifth and sixth grade math.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can get the right answer. It's just I'm not going to do it the way that the teacher's going to give them full credit for.
Understood. Yeah.
Now,
So,
and that class the other day, that math class was the only one I felt out of my league in. The English class I did, which I was always good in English, and I'm pretty, as an adult, I've stayed pretty well read. So
you know what a verb is. You know what it is.
yeah, I mean that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm pretty good with that. So, but yeah, I mean it's fun though, and it was those kids were smart. The high school kids were smart. They knew what they were doing, and I don't know if he gave them hard work or not. I think he just gave them busy work, but it took all
Yeah.
of them the whole period to do it, just about. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was fun. But I got to tell you a story, Clint.
All right.
I was doing the day before Valentine's Day. I was in a second grade class. Okay. And I had the kids were they were gonna go on a field trip to the nursing home, local nursing home, the day of Valentine's Day. And so as part of class, we had the sheet of paper that was what it was like a greeting card. So it had like 4 boxes. One of them was just blank. And then they colored it in and had hearts and all that kind of stuff on it and said some stuff on it. And then they could fold it up. When you folded it up, it would make like a greeting card that would fit in an envelope kind of thing. Okay. So
Okay.
the kids these little second graders were coloring that. And so I told them, I said, now look, kids, you don't know who these cards are going to go to yet. So you're going to meet these people tomorrow. So you just want to put something real positive in there. Like, it was great to make a new friend today or something like that, or have a great Valentine's Day to my new friend, something like that, something positive. Because these people in the nursing home, they may not have family coming to see them.
Well,
They're going to be excited to see y'all.
yeah.
And they're going to make, they may hang it up on their door or something like that, or, whatever, put it on their dresser or whatever. And so the kids are like, okay, so they're doing it. And this kid comes up, and of course the kids want to show you what they did. And so this one kid comes up to me, says, Mr. Johnson, I'm done with mine. Do you want to see what I put on the inside? I said, yeah, buddy, let me see. He read it to me. He said, good luck with the life you have left.
See, you know
Happy
what?
Valentine's Day.
I'd been hesitant to go there. So I'm happy the kid did. Because I sure was thinking it, Travis. I was thinking
Yeah.
bad thoughts that made everyone here think less of me.
Well, I kind of thought that's a little Clint right there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But
So-
I was like, buddy, we may want to change that. We may want to put something different in there. He's like, but they're in a nursing home. I was like, yeah, it's true, but still, man, you don't want to. Anyway, dude, it was hilarious.
So let me ask you a question. This is so do you as a substitute teacher as an adult now, do you look, or is it still like when you're going on a field trip, you're like, sweet? Or is it more like, man, I've got to look after all these little rugrats all day?
Oh, I was glad I wasn't going on that field trip. I would hate field trips if I was a teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know if you got to go on a field trip. So
No, I've stayed out of that. Even in my last school, I stayed out of those as much as I could.
So let me ask you a question. I know you don't watch wrestling anymore at all.
No.
Have you paid attention to what happened in WWE with not with Vince McMahon, but with The Rock? What's going on? So the storyline's actually, it's good. It's real good. So what happened was Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, and everybody expected him to challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed title, right?
Yeah.
Well, what happened was a couple of other like big names got hurt. And The Rock joined the board. So Rock's like, man, I'll go take on Roman Reigns. It's a dream match. But we can do it at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
So Cody Rhodes was basically giving his spot to The Rock.
Yeah.
And, and the people crapped all over it. Every time The Rock would make a social media post, there'd be hashtag we want Cody. It was the most disliked video. Yeah. It was the most disliked video because people really want to see Cody Rhodes finish his story.
Yeah.
Then they feel like The Rock was taking that. But part of the story is Dusty Rhodes never won the WWE World title.
Yeah.
And he could, be the first Rhodes to win it, and it's an entire thing. But man, people hate it. So, WWE could either lean into it or they could keep doing what they were doing and people just crap all over the product.
Mm-hmm.
Backlash was so bad they had to do it.
Yeah.
So Friday night, The Rock came out and went full bad guy heel.
Really?
And it was like, what was funny is he came out there to be the baby face, like, I'm going to give you guys this dream match.
Yeah.
It was going to be at the expense of somebody else. So, you kind of get one. They're like, no.
Yeah.
But he comes out and he just craps all over the audience. He goes, guys, give yourself a round of applause. We have, they're in Salt Lake City, Utah, because we broke the indoor attendance record, not only for Salt Lake City, but the entire state of Utah. Seriously, give it yourselves a hand. He goes, and the record we broke was the largest gathering of trailer park trash. And they started chanting, Rocky. They were like 2 weeks ago, they were chanting Rocky sucks. He comes out and just, destroys them. And they're like, all right, you're awesome again.
Yeah.
You go.
That's funny.
So, it was well done. But so yeah, if you want to see Bad Guy Rock, you've got your chance for next month.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy it because it don't come around often. It's fun to watch. So
yeah. Well, Clint, we've put it off long enough.
No.
Don't
make me talk about it.
Yeah,
no.
Let's talk for just a minute.
Oh,
Razorback basketball. Man, it's still ugly, Clint.
Man,
it's still ugly.
Last time we were with you, it came to us live on the podcast. I know we didn't break it. You'd already heard about it before.
Someone else broke it and we heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we know we weren't the first time you heard it, but you felt like, okay, maybe it's on the upstring. Maybe some of these rumors, aren't true. You felt good about it, and it just, I don't know. I mean, the Mississippi State game actually is the first time that I'd watched really much basketball in a while. And they were in the game, and they choked it away. It was pretty bad. I mean, I know you said you didn't watch much of it, but and I'm not bad mouthing any players. I will never do that, but I'm just going to say what happened. The drive to win it, Devo drove it to the basket and just didn't want to do anything with the basketball.
Yeah.
He ended up throwing it to Mekhi Mitchell, who fumbled it out of bounds, and then Mississippi State won it at the free throw line. It just, there's not and I don't know if the issues, I still don't know if the issues the transfer portal, but there's not a guy in that locker room is like, no, it ain't going down like this.
Yeah, there's not consistent effort.
No.
The closeout on the 3-point shooters is not consistent. They'll do it. Sometimes they'll do it. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll give good help defense. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll go do some good rebounding. Sometimes they, I mean, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, you're like the same players, that show you good effort for a stretch. Then later on, all of a sudden, they're just standing there watching paint dry. And it's just effort.
But here's the thing, and this is the frustrating part. He hasn't changed his rotation.
No.
This use effort.
Yeah.
If a guy's not trying consistently on a consistent basis, get him off the court and put somebody that's going to try in.
Exactly.
And that ain't me saying,
even if they try and fail because they're not good enough, at least they tried.
I mean, that's what's frustrating about it is, and I think, Bart Reed has some issues with the way Musselman's developed talent up there. He thinks like some players have gotten worse, and I'm not there. I mean, two Elite Eights and a Sweet 16. Obviously, this year you're not making a tournament. It is probably the most. It's a very disappointing season.
Well, look, and it's easy to find flaws when you're not doing well.
Yeah,
okay, it's easy to nitpick stuff, but the truth of the matter is, some of these issues are some issues we've had in the past. It's just we won games while doing it.
Yeah.
But I still, when we were winning games, didn't understand his rotation. While one guy would play 30 minutes in one game and 2 minutes the next. I never understood that. I mean, I can understand I can understand a guy playing 30 minutes one game and 20 minutes in another game, but not to where they hardly, I mean, he's had people not even get off the bench. And then the next game they lead the team in scoring. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand that part.
And it's yeah, and the offense has always mostly been, I'm going to dribble around the perimeter, then I'm going to step back, shoot a three.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they're going in, the team does good. If they're not, team doesn't do so hot.
Yep.
And that's the
if that one guy that's doing all the dribbling is on fire, if they're connecting,
and it opens up
everything's good,
stuff like that. But if not,
Traylon Marks or Devo or whoever it is, if they're hitting their shots, then okay, we're good. But if they're cold, I'm glad to see Davenport's getting more play. I mean, he's hitting some shots. He's one of the few that we've seen some bright spots, I guess, offensively.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's a tough season. It really is.
No,
now, on the positive note, unless you got something else on basketball.
No, I didn't even want to talk about it that long.
Okay, let's transition to baseball, man.
Yeah, baseball.
Baseball started a 4-game series against James Madison. Started Friday night. Cold the first couple games. Cold weather. Some new players out there, some transfers, and some new players at different positions. I think we started at least 3 different catchers. We got 4, I think, on the roster that are
Parker Rowland caught today.
Yeah, that are supposed to be pretty solid. And
friend of the program, Parker Rowland.
That's right. We had him on last year. But that first game, of course, Hagen Smith came out, and that first inning just wasn't looking good. Just that happens though. That happens, especially. You're starting out the season. Everybody's expecting you to be a stud, and he gets out there and kind of lays an egg. But man, I tell you, Will McIntyre came in. He's from Benton, right?
I think he's from Bryant, but I ain't positive.
Anyway, he comes in and just has a heck of a game. And then Gage Wood comes in and closes it out. In that game, Hudson White was the catcher. I forget where he transferred in from, but he looked pretty good.
I think the shortstop is going to become
Aloy or something, the Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
You know, he was just what was he at Pepperdine last year, or he was some, or maybe not
I'm
somewhere.
not sure.
But he was at a smaller school. I think he's a sophomore. He was that conference's freshman of the year. He looked really good, really good. I was really impressed with him.
Sprague Lot was had a decent game at third base. Jason Jones is in the outfield. Peyton Holt continues to, he's covering for Stovall there at
Yeah,
second now.
Jason Jones, was that the name you said?
Yeah, he's in the outfield.
Yeah, left field. He played a heck of a job at left field. He did kind of die for one today. I'm like, you didn't need to die for that.
Yeah.
But hey,
And then the second game, I guess Mason Molina got the start. Is that right?
Brady Tigert started game 2.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh, I may be looking at game 3 here then.
Maybe looking at game 3, yeah.
Molina got the start. Then Stone
Tigert
Hewlett,
looked good. Well, I think your Friday, Saturday starters.
Geckel, Faraday, McGuire, and Fouch.
Yeah.
They got 6 pitchers in that game. But they once again, I mean, these guys that are position players are looking pretty good. And today it was Colin Fisher,
True freshman, I believe.
true freshman. He had a heck of a game.
Yeah, 5 innings of scoreless ball, I believe, and then they threw another guy for an inning, and then
Cody Frank, McIntyre, and then Hewlett.
McIntyre shut her down. I think what you're going to see out of this rotation, I think you're going to figure out who the Sunday starter is, and it may end up being the true freshman. But you're going to, really, you want to build it for the 3-game series, and Hagen Smith is probably going to be your Friday starter.
Yeah,
and I think Brady Tigert's going to be your Saturday starter, and
I think they're liking. Sprague Lot had a rough day today, but I think he'll end up being. I think he's going to end up being pretty good at third. They feel like he will be. And Peyton Holt could play some third too, I think.
Yeah, I think he played third, and Stovall, I mean, he can play first or third. I can't remember the guy that was playing first for him today made a heck of a play.
Yeah, that's McLaughlin.
But
Yeah,
the thing is, James Madison never scored. I mean, they scored 5 runs. They got away from him a little bit in the game but the most part, the pitching was cooking.
Yeah.
They really were. McIntyre looks unbelievable. Hagen Smith had a rough outing, but and that's what's great about having a reliever. McIntyre may be the most important player on this team because he can step in and start for you. And then if your starter ends up not being on, he can come in there and he can come in, he can take over and give you a lot of innings. And that's what you want.
Now next weekend they go to Arlington, the Globe Life Field. Start out with Oregon State, then Oklahoma State, then Michigan.
Are they going to make us watch that? I'm not going to watch that Oregon State game because they're going to be showing that pop up.
Oh yeah.
Over.
Oh man, yeah.
Over.
Oregon State's ranked number 7.
Yeah.
So that'll be yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
They're going Arkansas is going to be. I mean, they're going to be up there in baseball as long as Dave Van Horn's here.
Yeah.
And I think Dave Van Horn's almost built a machine where it's going to be there after he's gone too.
Yeah.
Because it's just the facilities we're second to none, and then the tradition. It's always you got to ask yourself, is this the team that can finally get Van Horn over the hump? And I think there's a lot of luck to it.
Well, and then just staying away from injuries. I mean, that's going to be
they've definitely got the arms.
Yeah.
I think they've got
if they can keep them healthy.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even talk about Gage Wood. Gage Wood came in and shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came and shut it down, and they look good. They were talking today that they didn't think had they won Sunday, McIntyre wouldn't even been in there.
Yeah.
But Van Horn wasn't about to let James Madison split the series with them.
Yeah.
But we're ranked number 2 in the country. I think we actually moved up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun ride, and that's what I love about ESPN Plus. I get to watch all the games.
That's right.
So that's your free plug, ESPN. Pay us.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
hey,
use that Pat McAfee money.
Since we wasn't on last week, we didn't get to talk about it. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
There was a good football game. Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was there was some questionable choices in overtime.
Yeah. 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 That was kind of the 49ers players to come out and say they didn't know the rules were different. And then the Chief players came out and were like, yeah, we've been practicing that all year. So
oh, yeah, we had an in-depth meeting about it.
Yeah. So that was kind of embarrassing for the Niners. But yeah, man, I think it was a good game. I predicted the Chiefs would win mainly just because of the Mahomes factor. I thought he would just in the big game, big players and big games, and there's not a bigger player in the NFL than him right now.
There's not. I mean, the Chiefs absolutely got that draft pick right. And as long as he's there, you're always going to have a shot.
Yeah.
I knew when the 49ers scored, I'm like, Chiefs are going to go down there. I said, all he's got to do is get them in field goal range. It's as good as done.
Yeah.
And then when they scored a field goal, I'm like, Mahomes, you better hope a receiver fumbles the ball because Mahomes ain't going to throw it to. I mean, he's going to win this game.
Yeah.
And that's what the great ones do. That's
what I like too is Mahomes. I loved seeing him run the ball with more intention.
Yeah.
He didn't do that during the season because he was trying to stay healthy. And they asked him about that. And he said, yeah, it's the Super Bowl, man. You got to just do what you got to do.
Not all season to heal.
Yeah. He said, you're not worried about the next game. This is it, so you're just out there. You're trying to just get it done. And that's what he did. He saved a lot of plays with his feet. And it was fun to watch, man. It was fun to watch.
It was a good game. Brock Purdy played a heck of a game.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to respect that guy.
Well, here's the thing, and he took some heat from was it Cam Newton said he's like the 11th best player on his team.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, well, I know what there are. There's about 90 quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm one of them, and he's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, that kid's got an it factor.
Oh, yeah.
He really does. And obviously, for the Niners to say, look, I know we traded all this capital to get up and get Trey Lance, but
yeah,
their relevance, the guy.
Yeah.
So
feel bad for Dre Greenlaw. That was tough.
Yeah, Achilles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The
bad thing is it's going to be 9 to 12 months. So he's going to be still rehabbing when the season starts.
That's rough because he wants to be out there. Him and Fred Warner probably the best linebacker combo in the NFL.
Yeah. If that's going to happen to you, you'd rather it happen in the middle of the season. That way you could have a chance to be ready by the beginning of the next season.
This happens in the Super Bowl and you happen to win that game. It would sting a lot worse had they won.
Yeah.
So, they had a halftime show, right?
Oh, did they?
They did. Hey, now I did. So should they have, I know we're going to talk a little bit. Should they have went a little bit more Las Vegas-y with the halftime show?
I think so.
Because here's the thing, have Wayne Newton out there. Because Wayne's, with the bright lights, Wayne might have melted away. But get Sigford and Roy out there, Carrot Top.
See, and that's what I want to talk about some ideas that I've got, and you may have some other ideas
Well, I do
for
now that I'm,
for
yeah.
for who needs to do the halftime show. And see, I think like what you're talking about right there, man. If you do it in Vegas, man, who are the people that are in Vegas every night right now? Get
Celine
Circus
Dion.
Soleil, Celine Dion,
Yeah.
get some of the magicians to do some trick. Get Penn and Teller out there doing something.
Get Carrot Top up there doing a stand up.
Yeah, but get some get some I mean, make it classy, but make it, get some of the local. I mean, just like if you were doing it in New Orleans, you know, get some folks from New Orleans
Yeah.
down there,
Play some Dr. John.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Let some of those street performers get out there and do some stuff.
So,
But here's the deal. Here's my question. Because look,
yeah.
I wasn't real impressed with it, but I'm not an Usher
I
fan.
thought Usher killed it. I mean, I'm not an Usher fan either, but he killed it.
I mean, he was good, and I appreciate the way he looks up to Michael Jackson and he represents him so often, with the gloves and all the different stuff. I mean, I appreciate all that, but I mean, that just wasn't my music. Okay. I mean, it wasn't the year before when Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre it was a Dr. Dre show, but we had Snoop Dogg and Eminem and all that. To me, that's a top 3 all time.
That's great.
I mean, to me, that one it's Prince, Michael Jackson, and the Dr. Dre one are the top.
Where were they? Were they in Minnesota when Prince played?
No, it was in Miami, but remember it was raining.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that. Yeah, that was
because he played Purple Rain with electric guitar in the rain.
Yeah, man. But you see, I think it'd be like Usher. I didn't think was bad, but like you talked about Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, like that's number one, and I agree. And Paul McCartney did a great job when it was just Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
but why not have the host city? Because what they do is they have Apple Music, and Apple Music's like, who do we want to promote?
Yeah,
they had like the whole city responsible for like doing it.
No, I agree with you on that. I think that'd be cool. But here's a couple others. I think. You ready?
Go ahead.
You ready for my ideas? And you can tell me what you think about them. Okay.
Sure.
Now, if you're just going to go individual performer that hasn't done it yet, that I think would do a bang up job, the first one to me would be Garth Brooks. He puts on a great live show. Okay.
See, here's the problem. You've got. No, I'm gonna stop it. I almost went political there. I'm gonna stop. Stop. Mm-hmm. I'm still stop. Edit that out, Travis.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, to me, he's gonna hit a wide variety of people.
Yeah.
He's, so anyway, second one, okay. Tribute, not a tribute, a celebration of boy bands. Get New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, maybe a couple of the other ones that wasn't quite as good, like but have them each do like their, one of their key songs. Okay.
Their key song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? But I mean, just to celebrate that genre of music. Okay. I mean, that was everybody knows all their songs, even though we try to pretend like we don't know them.
Yeah, no, I know.
We poo-poo on them, but we all know the lyrics and we would all be singing along with them. Okay. And so we probably know half the dance moves to it. So you just, if you had all that star power out there with those boy bands, I mean, a lot of them are touring, New Kids on the Block's touring and selling out all over the place. Okay.
My wife likes her favorite. She's been to a bunch of New Kids on the Block concerts.
Really?
She says listen, I hope she don't hear me. She may come here and slap me. She says she's got to quit going because it's becoming sad.
Is it?
Becoming sad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
All right. So that one I think would be cool, don't you think? I mean, I think that'd draw a lot of people.
Yeah, people would talk about it. They'd be talking about it. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing, no matter who it is, you're gonna go to Facebook and somebody's gonna be crapping all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That okay, but go ahead, keep going.
Okay. I think another one would be, now this one you're missing some of the key people. Okay. But I think
Skinner.
you could still do a rocking show with this. Is do a 90s grunge. Get Pearl Jam out there, get the Foo Fighters, have them do some Nirvana stuff.
See,
Get Dave Grohl to do some Nirvana stuff.
the
Maybe
Foo
even get,
Fighters should just do the show by themselves.
no, Foo Fighters could do it, but I think
They can no, if you're
if
talking
you
about a
threw in
band, yeah,
if you threw in Stone Temple Pilots, you threw in I mean that right there, you got your Seattle grunge like trifecta right there, those three bands.
no, I agree, but I do think I now that you since you mentioned Foo Fighters, I'm like they're the one band I can think of that really should and could pull it off.
Well,
Just,
but think about it. What if the Foo Fighters brought Eddie Vedder out to do some Pro Jam songs?
yeah, no, I agree with you. And they
How
always
awesome would that be? You know what I mean? I mean, and if put the two bands together, man, and let them just rock.
yeah.
I mean, that'd be awesome. Okay.
So hey, what do you think of Reba's Star Spangled Banner?
All right. So anyway, my other one.
Okay, no sale, no sale.
It was all right. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it's the thing is with the Star Spangled Banner, I don't want anybody look unless you're Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston done Whitney Houston the Star Spangled Banner. No one else is going to ever do it better. So don't even try. Just get out there.
It's her and Faith Hill are one A and 1B in my
Give a
opinion.
respectful, just a wonderful singing of it. Show off your voice.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Stapleton out there with the guitar last year. I mean, Reba did fine, but I mean, it wasn't like,
Go ahead. I just had to ask.
No, no.
I was with you. I thought it wasn't the best in the world, but I thought she did fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have nothing to hate on her about it at all.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. How about 70s rockers?
Yeah,
70s and 80s. Okay. Imagine a halftime show. You have Journey out there doing Don't Stop Believing. Okay. The Eagles doing Take It Easy. You got get Kiss.
You wanted the best. You got the best.
That's right. Get Kiss out there, Gene Simmons and all them, and get I don't know, maybe even Aerosmith singing Dream On out there. And you put those four bands out there, just put them. I mean, you're on a football field, man, and give them each a stage and let them just do their thing, and put people doing crazy stuff in the middle of them, whatever. I think it'd be cool.
There's only one man, that has enough swag to handle the Super Bowl halftime show. Neil McCoy.
Yeah. Neil McCoy.
Billy's got his beer goggles on. That's the closer right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Give me that.
Just give me that wink.
Beyonce did an all right job.
But I think, to me, one of the best things about like the Dr. Dre one and Usher, even the best part about Usher was he brought out these other people he collabed with. You know what I mean? And I think if you get some of those people together, to me, that's what's special about the Super Bowl. You see those people, you and the ones I've mentioned, see those people out there together. Like, let's say the Garth Brooks one, have him and George Strait do it.
See, and every country fan forever has been like, they need to do George Strait.
That's right. Yeah.
George Strait. Well, the problem is you got to have mass appeal.
Yeah.
And
see, and George Strait, like Garth Brooks
is an entertainer.
Hip hop fans respect Garth Brooks just because they get it. They know some of his songs too, and because he is such a big entertainer. Hip hop fans aren't going to know much about George Strait. Okay, I'm sorry to say, but anyway, what else? You got any other ideas there? I was trying to think of another rapper that could grab.
Well, they could grab. I mean, well, they brought most of them out. That was the problem. I mean, like Eminem he had enough swag to do it.
Yeah,
Swag. What the
yeah,
crap am I saying?
yeah,
But he had enough pull, I think, to do it. But Dr. Dre. I mean, you can't. You're not that. I mean, that was those were the guys. I mean, that was now if you had it in the East Coast, you could have Diddy do it.
yeah,
I think if you had some version of Diddy and the Fam,
yeah.
I think they could pull it off.
Now I'll tell you who would put on an awesome show and could bring in, like he's done shows with Drake and some of those. Now he's nuts. You'd have to deal with him being nuts. Okay. But I'm telling you, the guy who knows how to put on a show is Kanye.
Yeah, it won't ever happen.
Yeah. Probably not, but the dude can put on, he knows what he's doing, putting on a show. And man,
Bring out Antonio Brown as the opening act.
yeah. But no, because he's done stuff with Drake. He's done stuff with a bunch of other well, Jay-Z. I mean, he's done,
Could Lionel Richie pull it off?
Man, see, that'd be another one, a Motown.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Lionel Richie with other kind of Motown stars that are still around.
Yeah, that'd be even a Memphis like blues, that'd be a fun one, have a BB King. And
speaking of Lionel Richie, have you watched the documentary on the greatest night in pop on Netflix?
I have not.
On the We Are the World.
Oh, is that what I saw it on Netflix? You didn't ask what we're watching, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm watching. Well, here, you explain that, then I'll tell you what I'm watching. How about that?
Go ahead. On this documentary, it talks about, because Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson were the ones who put all that together. They wrote the song, they did everything for it. And then, of course, they filmed the whole thing, and they did it the night of the American Music Awards, which you forget that Lionel Richie was the man during that time. Because he had just broke up from the Commodores and had gone out on his own. And he
was like the Justin Timberlake of the 80s.
Well, he had 7 American Music Awards that he won that night, and he hosted the show.
Yeah.
And he was hosting this recording of one of the greatest singles ever recorded.
Yeah.
And he talked about all the people that he had on it. Like they picked Cyndi Lauper over Madonna. And like a lot of people have been asking him about that in the interviews after the documentaries come out. And he said, look, we needed people's voices that people are going to say, oh, I know who that is when they start singing.
Yeah.
And Cyndi Lauper just had a voice that everybody knew exactly who it was when she started singing. But anyway, it was neat because Bob Dylan was kind of nervous, and he was, just sort of, wasn't used to having all those people around and everything, especially all these stars. And like Stevie Wonder's at the piano playing his part for him.
Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder starts doing an imitation of Bob Dylan right in front of Bob Dylan. He's playing and singing like Bob Dylan. And then Bob just started laughing. And then finally it kind of loosened him up into where Bob could actually sing it. But it was almost like watching Bob. They had video of Bob trying to sing it at first and kind of get it at first.
Yeah.
And it was like almost hurtful to watch him.
Yeah. Well,
he was so nervous, And then, of course, he ends up killing it in it. But anyway, dude, it's a really cool deal. Like this one guy, I don't know who the guy was, or I mean, I recognize his name, but it wasn't anybody super famous. But he was like halfway drunk. So he was wanting to celebrate, and he kept finding bottles of wine, and Lionel Richie kept hiding the wine from him. And like you can see in the video, he set the wine on the ground when Lionel come walking by, pick it up and go hide it behind a wall. It was funny, man.
No, I'll
But
have to check. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I've
it's worth
seen
watching.
it. I just so man, it's on Peacock. Show called The Traitors.
See, I've heard about that. I've thought about
I've
watching.
never. I happened to be. I was bored yesterday. Like I'm just gonna. It'd be a stressful week, so I wasn't doing anything yesterday. I just wanted the day off to just do nothing. That's what I did. So I started watching the show, and like it's about an hour long, and I'm on episode 8. That I'll tell you how. But
yeah, it's got like Sandra from Survivor and
yeah, no, they're doing
Poverty
season
from
2, and I
Survivor.
haven't started. I'm on season 1, so. But they
Well,
do have
the newest season has them on it. Has several.
Johnny Bananas and CT are on this one.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah.
I mean, but I haven't started. I won't finish season 1. But yeah, it's
Who's on season 1?
Bunch of Ryan Lotke's the only one I remember.
Oh, okay.
But there's a few like reality stars, people from there's nobody like super duper famous, and there's just regular people too. And so they just pick the traitors at random, and they, and just chaos ensues. But I guess if basically if you make it to the end with this money prize pot, and there's still a traitor in there, traitors gets all the money.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Huh. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's an interesting show.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's on the Peacock. The Peacock. I also have a Peacock, Travis.
You do have a Peacock. How's the Peacock doing?
He's doing fantastic. He's getting his big boy feathers in. They're real beautiful.
Oh, cool.
And then and I bought that Peacock just because I wanted to watch him walk around.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's right. Is he killing ticks and ticks and bugs?
Well, I mean, I've got a yard full of chickens, so I mean, it's
they'll eat them up too.
Yes, I mean, I don't have a big bug problem around here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Clint, man, I don't guess there's anything else really to talk about.
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear? I wanted to talk about this.
Oh, go ahead.
The streaker for the Super Bowl. Did you hear that story?
No, you told that story. Wait, somebody else told that. I can't remember.
I think I told it to you on the phone. I don't think we hadn't talked about it on here.
Yeah, but he got it out, so it's going to cost him some money.
Yeah, this guy, the streaker for the Super Bowl, if you notice watching it, there was a guy that they stopped and they didn't show him, of course. Well, come to find out, the guy posted on social media the next day that he saw that you could place a bet on whether there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl. And he could win if he bet a certain amount, he could win $20,000. So he placed the bet. Then he went and bought a ticket to the game for $10,000. Then he went and streaked the field. He said it cost me a night in jail, but I got $10,000 out of the deal. So needless to say, like they're wanting him to pay it back, and they'll probably never do that bet again.
Well, they the prop bets, that's become a big. I mean, like ESPN's got an entire betting app, and it's mostly prop bets.
Yeah.
Like will Bob hit a home run today?
Yeah. Yep. Well, folks, man, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Do it.
We need all those. Subscribe to the YouTube page, big time. Okay. We need you to do that. I think we only have like 82 subscribers. We hit 100. That is going to put us up in some areas, and then we want to keep going from there. So, like, share, comment. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Anyway, Clint, man, have a great week.
You do the same.
And be great.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, my hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I swear when I work, my hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come.